Hello folks, welcome to my YouTube page once again, and this time I'm going to review Godzilla vs. Biollante on Blu Ray and Godzilla vs. Biollante, the original soundtrack. And the original soundtrack, the music is composed by Koichi Sugiyama. So I'm going to review both. Now, Godzilla vs. Biollante, the one you see on the left, is a Blu Ray film that has recently been released to Blu Ray by a wonderful company called Echo Bridge Entertainment. Now, a lot of people really wanted this movie for years actually, so it wasn't available. So this is actually the first time it's available in the high definition format, and also the standard definition of format that is DVD. So actually, the story goes about Godzilla vs. Biollante. Hold this up right there. Basically, the story goes, the film takes place a few years after Godzilla in 1985, or the Japanese title, The Return of Godzilla. No, I'm sorry, the international title, The Return of Godzilla, and it takes place a few years after that film. So this is basically a sequel to that, to Godzilla 1985, and it takes place after when Tokyo's been destroyed by Godzilla, and they're just cleaning up the mess and everything. So a lot of these biologists on the site, they found a lot of Godzilla cells. So all of a sudden, a gunman just shows up and starts shooting all of them and takes the cells away from them, and wants to steal them. So they're on. So it's a pretty good scene in the film where the gunman is trying to run away from the authorities and everything actually. So it's really good scene, and plus the music is really good. So basically, Dr. Shiragami, who uses the cells to create merges Godzilla cells with the plant cells, basically playing Frankenstein inside here, trying to make wanting to make a new monster. So that ends up being Biollante, the creature you see right there. So basically that's what it is. So all of a sudden, Godzilla, who's trapped in Mount Mahara, escapes via terrorists who blow up the mountain and let Godzilla out actually. And of course, there's a lot of characters inside here. There's Miki Sugusa, the psychic woman who makes her debut in this film, and a lot of other characters like Dr. Shiragami I just stated. He's basically another. He's a pretty good character. You know, he lost his daughter in the film due to a terrorist attack, I think, and basically in an explosion. Actually, he lost his daughter in an explosion. Actually, so she died during the first part of the film. So he thinks that her spirit is inside these plant cells and everything. So that's why he ends up creating Biollante, merging flower cells with Godzilla cells, and ultimately creating a freaking nature monster that's a Biollante. So in a lot of ways, this film is actually really, really good. The special effects is incredible. The music is very appropriate for this film because it sounds like an 80s track, and it's so appropriate for this film. Actually, it's really good. Let me really show you the back, what they got. So here's what it looks like, the back. Yeah, you can see it's by Echo Bridge Entertainment, and you got a lot of special effects. You got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of extras out. You got 5.1 DTS original Japanese language, 2.0 DTS Japanese language, 1.0 Dolby digital English language. Now, here's the thing, folks, about this 1.1. That is the original HBO dubbing of Godzilla vs. Biollante that a lot of people have on their VHS copies of. So Echo Bridge Home Entertainment got the original English language track to that film through Miramax, who was in charge of HBO at the time. So sorry. So they got the English language track from the VHS and also the Laserdisc copy. So it's actually pretty good. You got a bunch of subtitles on screen. It's basically like every time you see a Japanese text, they'll replace it with the they'll put like English language on top of the test. It's actually pretty good. And the best part about this Blu-ray is the special features. There's a making of Godzilla vs. Biollante, and there's a behind the scenes of the design of Godzilla and Biollante. You know, since Godzilla looks way different from the one from like the suit from the suit used in Godzilla 1985, and that's basically what is right there. So there you go. There's your Blu-ray. See, first time onto Blu-ray, exactly. And people who have the DVD is gonna look at the top and say first time on DVD, and which is true actually. I'm hoping that Toho will probably release a Godzilla 1985 in the near future, but they were working out some like issues with the rights and stuff, so they want those rights to expire. So it's going to revert back to them. So there's only one Godzilla film left, and that's 1985, and I really want that film. So I'm looking to have this film. If you guys want to see 1985 on Blu-ray, the opening scene, the opening credits actually is from 1985. So basically that's as close as you're going to get to 1985 being on Blu-ray, is the opening credits to Godzilla vs. Biollante. So there you have it, folks. And sorry, let's talk about the original soundtrack. Now, I bought this original soundtrack back when I was a kid. Actually, I was always asking my dad for $25 American to get $25 to get like a lot of Godzilla soundtracks off the internet actually, and my dad just kept on. Well, he gave me some money to get to the soundtrack, so I got 1985. I got all of the Heisei Godzilla films and some of the Millennium Godzilla films and Destroy All Monsters, and the original King Kong vs. Godzilla soundtrack and the original Godzilla film as well. So it's a pretty good soundtrack. It's by Koichi Sugiyama. It's a really good soundtrack actually. You see a lot of stuff used by Akira Ifukube inside here. He used the Godzilla theme inside here, the Monster Zero March inside here, which became the Army March inside here in this film. So it's actually a really good soundtrack. Let me turn this around. See all the tracks. It goes up to 21. So it's a really good soundtrack. And if you open this, there's a tag that was originally used. The CD is really good. Look at that. That's Biollante on there. So awesome. This is probably one of the best Heisei Godzilla soundtracks. It's really good actually, but you know, it's one of the best Heisei Godzilla soundtracks right next to the Godzilla 1985, and it's a really good soundtrack you want to find on the internet on a lot of these like sites like Amazon or eBay. So there you have, folks. And I just want to say one thing actually. It's just my own opinion, but I don't really like the Heisei Godzilla films right after Biollante. I don't know why. I just didn't get like into them. They're not that good. The special effects are kind of bland. The cinematography is kind of dull. Story-wise, yeah, it's okay. It's not the greatest and like that, but they're still good. The monsters are, well, they're all reused monsters from the Showa era, so they're pretty much actually just, you know, okay, well designed monsters. Well, let's just say I won't be showing any of this Heisei 1990s Godzilla films like anytime soon, except Godzilla 1905 and Godzilla vs. Biollante. Those were the hallmark Godzilla films of that era. But I would show them the Showa Godzilla films and also the Millennium Godzilla films, because they were very good actually. It doesn't matter if you really like them or not. They were still good. So that's just my opinion, folks. Okay, so I'm gonna give Godzilla vs. Biollante and the soundtrack an A+. It's well deserved actually, and it's a very good film. So I highly recommend you guys purchase it. It's only like, I think it's like $7 or $8 on Amazon.com, and a lot of stores have it for like $12, $11, $10, and $7 actually. So they're actually it's actually a really good deal for either the DVD or the Blu Ray. So take care, folks, and that's all I have for today. More videos coming soon. Bye.